Our first guest this week is Mr. Mike Manahan. He's the author of the book, Secrets to Raising Capital. Mike, welcome back to the program.
Thanks, Don. Always a pleasure to be on the show.
Well, there's been a lot of challenges in the news with respect to the economy lately, Silicon Valley Bank failures. It's got to be difficult for companies to get financing, small companies.
Well, it already was difficult. Remember, we've had this massive drop in the stock market. And whenever you have uncertainty in the marketplace, the money guys just simply pull in their horns. They're out there, they're doing less deals. I had a colleague, and never mind small businesses, just people in general. I have a colleague of mine whose close friend works at one of the big banks. And the big bank, they held a Zoom meeting for all of the people who approve loans. And they said, we want a 75% rejection rate. So in other words, we want to reject 75% of the loan applications because they're not willing to take that risk. So it's become much more difficult. Traditional banks have pulled in their horns. They're lending less to small entrepreneurial companies. And a lot of the obviously the institutional investors have pulled back. And I've even heard a lot of the angel investors very reticent to start funding earlier stage companies. So it's a huge challenge, and I don't know what the answer is.
So before even seeing the deals, they wanted to have a rejection rate of 75%, regardless what the deal was.
That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Well,
that was a major financial institution, one of the big banks.
Well, you wrote the book. What are you telling your clients when they ask you for advice?
Well, I say this is the time when you really have to, more than ever, you have to turn over more stones to find the crabs. It's simple as that. If prior if in the good times you thought you could talk to 50 people to find an opportunity, now you have to talk to 100 people or 150. You've got to be a networking fiend. You've got to be out there talking to everybody you can and turning over every stone you can. And unfortunately, that takes time. And in addition to that, a lot of that time might be perceived as being unproductive. But I tell people to use it also as an opportunity to broaden your network, because some of those people that you talk to may not put money into your company today. They may put money into your company in the future, or they may have other opportunities that they could potentially present to you. It could be, joint ventures. It could be customers. It could be experts who could help you. So I say the thing is you just got to double the networking activity, talk to more people.
Well, of course, we've started that painstaking, nauseating season known as election season for the 2024 elections. What do you think's got to happen, Mike?
Oh gosh, I wish I had the crystal ball. If I had a crystal ball, I'd be one of those billionaires out there. I don't, but I'm hoping the people in America are ready for a change from the status quo. I mean, there's no question. And I don't care which side of the political fence you are on. You cannot look honestly at our government in general and say this government is doing what's in the best interests of the people, and this government is operating effectively and using their power in a way that helps everybody. The government is making it worse. They've been doing it for a long time. They're piling on the debt. They're piling on the regulations. And I find it very curious that on the one side, they pile on the rules and regulations to make it more difficult for smaller companies to operate. And then they put billions of dollars into the SBA and say to the SBA, go out and help these small businesses. Well, the reason the small businesses need help is because you're squelching them and squashing them in the first place.
Well, one party has no morals. The other party really has no spine.
It surely appears that way, and the few that do have a spine are outnumbered by the folks who don't have much of a spine, and it's a sad state of affairs. I'm an immigrant. I think I moved to this country 30 plus years ago, and I did so because I literally saw the United States of America as the shining beacon on top of the hill. And I hate to say it, but that shining beacon, its light has faded substantially in the past 33 years.
It really has. Mike Manahan, author of the book Secrets to Raising Capital. Mike, it's always a pleasure having your sage advice and thoughtfulness on the program. Thanks for joining us.
Okay, take care. Thanks, Don.